Before you make coffee, tea, juice, or that smoothie you have every morning, I want you to ask yourself one question. Is this drink actually helping your body, or is it the first kidney stress of the day before you have even had breakfast? I'm Grace Wells, kidney and diabetes health educator for older adults, and today we are standing in a very ordinary kitchen looking at 5 drinks that millions of people over 60 reach for every single morning. Some of these will surprise you. One of them looks completely healthy on the outside, and that is exactly why I saved it for later. This video is about morning drinks harming kidneys after 60, and I want to walk you through this the way I would explain it to my own mother. Not to scare you, to help you notice something before it becomes a bigger problem. Here is what most people get wrong about hydration after 60. We are taught our whole lives that drinking more is always better. More water, more juice, more fluids in general. But after 60, that rule starts to bend a little. For some seniors, especially those with reduced kidney function, heart conditions, or certain medications, the amount and type of fluid you drink can actually change how hard your kidneys have to work. This does not mean panic. It means pay attention. Your kidneys filter your blood about 40 times a day. Every drink you take in becomes part of that workload. So when a drink is high in sugar, high in potassium, or full of stimulants, your kidneys are not just processing water. They are processing a small chemical puzzle every single time. Let's start with the first one, because it is sitting in almost every refrigerator in America right now. Drink 1 is large fruit juice, not a small glass, the big one. Orange juice, apple juice, cranberry blends, the kind poured into a tall glass because it feels refreshing and wholesome. Here is the part that surprises people. Many fruit juices are naturally high in potassium, especially orange juice. For someone with healthy kidneys, this usually is not a concern at all. But for seniors whose doctor has mentioned watching potassium due to CKD, certain blood pressure medications, or diabetes-related kidney changes, a large glass of juice first thing in the morning can quietly push potassium levels higher than expected. And there is a second issue most people never think about. Juice is concentrated sugar without the fiber of whole fruit. For seniors managing blood sugar, that morning spike can affect kidney health over time because elevated blood sugar is one of the leading causes of kidney stress in older adults. If you love juice, you are not doing anything wrong by enjoying it. The question is portion and whether your labs say potassium or blood sugar need watching. That is something worth asking your doctor or renal dietitian, especially if you already know your kidney numbers have shifted. Now here is something most morning routines have in common with drink number 2, and this one might be sitting right next to your coffee maker. Drink 2 is soda or sweetened bottled tea. The cold can from the fridge or the sweet tea poured over ice before 9 in the morning. Sodas, especially dark colas, often contain phosphorus additives. Not the natural phosphorus found in food, but the kind added during manufacturing, which research suggests may be absorbed by the body more easily. For seniors whose doctor has flagged phosphorus levels, this matters more than the sugar itself, and sweetened bottled teas carry their own quiet problem. Many contain as much sugar as soda, just packaged to look healthier, because the word tea is on the label. The front of the package says refreshing. The kidney concern is usually on the back label in the ingredients list, where sugar and phosphate additives are easy to miss. For some seniors managing diabetes or high blood pressure, this combination of sugar and added phosphorus can make kidneys work harder over months and years, even if nothing feels different today. This brings us to drink 3, and I promise you, this is the one almost nobody expects. Drink 3 is the high potassium smoothie, the one made with banana, spinach, avocado, and maybe a scoop of protein powder because it feels like the healthiest choice on this entire counter. And in many ways, it is healthy. For most people, this is a wonderful breakfast, but here is the part that catches families off guard. Banana, spinach, avocado, and certain protein powders are all naturally high in potassium. Blended together in one glass, they can add up to one of the highest potassium drinks a person could possibly make without realizing it. For seniors with normal kidney function, this usually is not something to worry about. Your body is very good at balancing potassium on its own. But for someone whose doctor has already said, watch your potassium because of CKD, certain heart medications, or advanced diabetes, that healthy-looking green smoothie can be one of the biggest contributors to a high lab result, and most people never connect the two. This is exactly why I said earlier, the most surprising one is not the one you think. If a healthy smoothie has been part of your morning for years and you have not had your kidney function checked recently, this might be worth mentioning at your next doctor visit. Not because the smoothie is bad. Because your body changes, and what worked at 50 may need a small adjustment at 65 or 70. Now let's talk about something that has nothing to do with healthy eating at all, and everything to do with how it makes your heart and kidneys feel rushed. Drink 4 is the energy drink, or any strong stimulant drink. The kind with a bold can, bright colors, and words like boost, charge, or extreme on the label. These drinks are often high in caffeine, sometimes far more than a strong cup of coffee, combined with stimulants and sugar or artificial sweeteners. For seniors, especially those with high blood pressure, irregular heartbeat, or kidney concerns, this combination can raise blood pressure quickly, and blood pressure is directly connected to kidney health. Your kidneys are full of tiny blood vessels, and sudden pressure changes are hard on those vessels over time. Some seniors drink these for a morning lift after a poor night's sleep. I understand that completely. But this is one of those moments where I would gently say, ask your doctor first, especially if you take blood pressure medication, heart medication, or have been told your kidney function needs monitoring. And now, drink 5. This one is tricky because it is marketed directly to people who are trying to do the right thing. Drink 5 is the electrolyte drink or sports drink labeled as hydrating, healthy, or recommended by athletes. Many electrolyte drinks contain added potassium and sodium intentionally because they are designed for people who are sweating heavily during exercise and need to replace what they lost. That is a very different situation from a 70-year-old having a calm morning at home. For some seniors, especially those managing CKD, heart failure, or fluid restrictions given by their doctor, these drinks can introduce more potassium and sodium than the body needs that day, simply because the drink was never designed with kidney health after 60 in mind. It was designed for a 25-year-old finishing a marathon. This does not mean every electrolyte drink is harmful for every senior. Some people genuinely need them, especially after illness, dehydration, or specific doctor guidance. The key word is guidance. This is a conversation to have with your doctor, not a guess made in the grocery aisle. Now let's talk about coffee because I know many of you have been waiting for me to mention it. For most seniors, a moderate amount of coffee is perfectly fine, and current research does not show that coffee itself damages healthy kidneys. The concern is usually not the coffee, it is what surrounds it. Watch your blood pressure response if caffeine makes you feel jittery or raises your numbers. Watch hydration, since coffee has a mild diuretic effect for some people. And watch the additives because flavored creamers and sweetened syrups can quietly add sugar and phosphorus to something that started out simple. If your doctor has never raised concerns about your kidney function, your daily coffee is very likely not the problem here. But depending on your lab results, especially if you live with CKD, diabetes, or heart disease, even small habits deserve a second look. Before we get to what to take from all of this, I want to mention something many seniors overlook completely because it does not feel related to drinks at all. Swollen ankles by the end of the day, waking up 2 or 3 times a night needing the bathroom, urine that looks foamy in the toilet bowl, more than just a few bubbles. On their own, these can mean very little, but together, especially alongside a pattern of high sugar, high sodium, or high potassium drinks every morning. These are sometimes your kidneys trying to get your attention early, long before a lab result ever changes. This does not mean panic. It means pay attention, and it means these small daily signs are worth mentioning out loud at your next doctor visit, even if they feel too minor to bring up. So here is what I want you to take from this. None of these 5 drinks make you a bad patient or a careless person for enjoying them. Many seniors drink 1 or more of these every single day without any issue at all. What matters is whether you know your own numbers, your potassium, your phosphorus, your blood sugar, your blood pressure, and whether your doctor has ever said the words, "watch your fluids" or "watch your potassium." If you have never had that conversation, this video is not meant to frighten you into thinking your morning routine is dangerous. It is meant to help you ask a smarter question at your next appointment. If this made you think of something sitting in your own refrigerator right now, that is exactly why I make these videos. A quick like helps other seniors and caregivers find this information when they need it most. Before we close, I want you to picture something. A man in his early 70s once told me he had been drinking the same can of soda every morning for 15 years, calling it his one small joy in the day. He was not careless. He simply never connected that habit to the numbers his doctor mentioned at every visit. When his labs changed, his doctor did not tell him to stop everything. They simply asked him to choose differently, just a few mornings a week, and to swap 1 can for sparkling water with a splash of real fruit. Small changes, not total upheaval. That is usually how real, sustainable kidney care actually works, and it is far more achievable than most people expect once they actually know what to look for. Tonight, I want you to do one simple thing. Write down the very first drink you have tomorrow morning before you even think about it. Just notice it. Tomorrow, take 1 snack or drink package from your kitchen, turn it around, and read the back label, not the front. The front of the package sells you a feeling. The back tells you what your kidneys actually receive. This video is for education, not for diagnosis or treatment. Every senior situation is different depending on your kidney function, your lab results, your medications, and your overall health. Before changing your fluid intake or your daily drinks in any meaningful way, please talk with your doctor or a renal dietitian who knows your specific numbers. I would love to know, what is the very first thing you drink in the morning? Water, coffee, tea, juice, soda, an electrolyte drink, or a smoothie? Tell me in the comments below. Your answer might help another senior watching this realize they are not the only one navigating this. If this is the kind of clear, practical kidney health guidance you wish someone had explained to you years ago, you may want to stay close to this channel because this is exactly what we do here every single week. And tomorrow we are staying right in that same kitchen because drinks are only half of the morning story. Next, we are opening the pantry to look at the breakfast foods quietly doing the same thing to your kidneys that these 5 drinks are doing right now,